Austin here from Retroverse, and today, I just want to talk to you guys about a topic. As you can probably tell by the title, up here or down there, depending on what you're watching on your phone or on your TV or whatever, it doesn't matter. I think today we're just gonna talk about a topic, what it's like to be young, like in a young 18-year-old, and how it is collecting at such a young age. Now, most collectors out there are, I would say, maybe like their late 30s, early 40s, late 40s, around their 50ish. Um, what makes it different for me is not just my age, but the way I go about things with what I'm collecting, what I want to get, and what I want to get so I can play. Um, everyone, some people just think, oh, you're just collecting just to collect, you don't want to play. That's not true. I collect mainly to play. I don't collect, like, big bundles of games that I'm not gonna play. Like, for example, like, I don't know, just like terrible games like, Test Drive on the PlayStation 2, for example. I'm just giving an example. That is a terrible game. Um, right now, I think my biggest collection in my gaming library right now has to be the PS2, mainly because it is really just super cheap to collect for. Because there's so many games that came out for it, and it's easy to sort your games, and the console is easy to use. There's Yes, there are so many good titles on the PlayStation 2. While personally I'm not a big fan of PlayStation, I'm more of a Xbox, Sega kind of guy. I'm not into like the Sony or Nintendo. Um, I have a lot of my friends, even today, like what I'm doing now. I've actually only started collecting like almost a year ago, and I've got a pretty good set going right now. I'm still collecting, still, trying to get as much as I can before the year's out. Um, I have a lot of friends personally, in person, that ask me, why don't you ever play like the Xbox One or the PlayStation 4, or why don't you ever play online with us? Well, mainly because yes, you can enjoy modern games, like, but a lot of them to me don't have a lot of originalities like coming from them. Like, let's say you're gonna like play Call of Duty. Like, to me, every Call of Duty, yes, there are subtle differences, but they're all basically the same. Like, every Call of Duty, yeah, like they get like almost a 5-star rating, which bravo to them. Good job, Activision. 35 years strong. But I can't get into really modern games because they don't grasp such as a good feel as how these older systems are, like their originality, like what they have and how they worked with it. It's just perfect. That's why I don't really play modern games as much as I do, like, let's say my Dreamcast or my Sega Master System or my Super Nintendo. I'm more into the older games mainly because they're much more fun to me, and because most of my life I've been playing like this Xbox, Call of Duty stuff, and I've been out of that phase for a while now. I actually started retro collecting with the PS2 in my collection over there. Um, it's easy, but you gotta know where you're gonna start. Now, I would start with PlayStation, but that's only if you're going to play. This is the reason why I don't just collect. I love to play. I want to experience all these things that I've never experienced. Like, I didn't grow up in the 80s, the 90s, the early 2000s playing all this stuff. Mainly what I grew up playing was like the GameCube, the Super Nintendo, the Wii, the PlayStation 2 Slim, the Xbox 360. My first console was actually the Xbox 360 for myself, and I actually played that all the way from, I would say, maybe 2012 to at least 2016. I played that thing for so long. Like, it was my favorite console. I actually, back in like 2017, I believe, I started to take a bit of an interest in this retro stuff because I pulled out um this PS2 that I found. I'm like, oh, I gotta get that. Like, I remember so many memories. And the games I got for it were the Mortal Kombat games, which I know you can get them on the Xbox, which they look much better on the Xbox. I think the PS2 graphics are like the original ones. They're like polygon based textures and they're all fuzzy. They don't look great. That's all I'm gonna say. I'll talk about that in another video. But with all these games, there's so much to experience, and starting this at such an early age, yeah, it's gonna be hard because I'm experiencing, like, starting my life, like, getting, like, work and all these other things into motion, and, you know, like, buying my own home and all these things. But, it does take up a lot of time for you to collect and play these games. I don't collect as much as I wish I would, mainly because I collect on a budget. And usually around this time of year, with Christmas coming around the corner, I like to save up my money so I can get more stuff at Christmas time. So, yeah, mainly, that's all I have to say, as being a collector at a young age and experiencing all these things. Like, it's awesome. Like, I can't recommend, like, playing all these old games and trying them out yourselves enough. Like, I even recommend to my friends at, like, school. Like, I used to recommend playing, like, oh man, I just got, like, this new console, like, this new game. Like, oh man, if only you could try it out. They're like, oh, like, what game is that? Oh, what is that thing? Oh, that's not a PlayStation. That's not an Xbox. Well, obviously it's not, because you've never seen it. Which, I can understand that, but at the same time, it's like, it's kind of like taking a bit of flack, because so many, like, people judge me in the gaming community, like, near my age. They're like, you don't like these newer game systems? Oh, you're not Gen Z. It, to me, it doesn't matter. Like, you can be from maybe like the 80s or the 90s and enjoy these modern games, like the Nintendo Switch, the Xbox One, the PS4, the PS5, the new Xbox Series X that's coming out. You can enjoy those things. Personally, I don't. That's just, it's my opinion. And so I tend to get a lot of heat for that from people I know, around town and between my friends and stuff like that. But they're not gonna understand the collecting standpoint, because there is a difference between gamers and collectors. Collectors collect just to, like, preserve or just keep it safe, like, you know. While gamers, they don't care. They'll just play. They'll buy a game. They'll just play the living hell out of it. And then they're like, oh, okay, new game. Oh, $60 game. Okay, I'll take that. Oh man, new Call of Duty. Oh heck yeah, dude, we gotta get that. I'm not in that boat. Which, I wish I could enjoy these modern games more, but they don't give me as much as a feel as, like, the Dreamcast does. The Dreamcast is my favorite to collect for right now. Yeah, the library is small with only around like 246 games and the whole independent movement going on with it right now. But that's because I think it's amazing. Like, it's so underrated. Now, a lot of people, like, do believe, like, oh, we should get a Dreamcast 2 from Sega. No, though that's so far behind. Like, that's never gonna happen. No, I do have a video upcoming for the Dreamcast Mini that I do want to do and put some of my favorite games on it. and just a couple that I think everyone will love. Um, but anyways, that's really all I gotta say about being a collector at such a young age, and like the ambition and the time that it takes. Like I I'm going to be married soon at a young age. That's because I have a high school sweetheart. She makes me happy. She actually enjoys doing this with me. So uh, this takes up a lot of time with collecting and just trying to spend time with family, trying to get work done, just trying to get so much done in my life. Um, it's a lot of weight to carry at the moment, so I'm trying to like focus on like five other things. But right now, mainly my main concern is work, trying to get money, trying to game on a budget. Like I don't collect just to collect. I collect to play and experience these things. Like Shenmue I got, and everyone says like, "Oh, this is a game you got to get for the Dreamcast." And I was like kind of reluctant at first, but after like watching people play it, I'm like, "Oh, maybe I should get this game, try it out for myself." I love Shenmue. it's by far, like, it's not my favorite for the Dreamcast, but it's by far one of my top 5. But anyways, that's really all I have to say about being a collector at a young age and all these things. Um, there's really not much I can say anymore because I just went into full detail. But I really do hope that you guys did enjoy this little topic that's not, I know it's not a review, I know it was something different, but hope you guys did enjoy this. If you did, leave a like, subscribe. You don't have to do either, just, it doesn't matter. I'm just here to do educationals and reviews and, give you a layout of the history of all these things. So, thank you for watching, and I do hope you enjoyed.